everybody. You're welcome to Coffee and Beans with Adesola Balogun. My name is Adesola Balogun, of course. And on today's episode, as always, I have a gentleman that I admire a lot. In fact, I heard of him before I met him. And I must say, he's pretty ambitious. One of the leading lights of entrepreneurship for me in Nigeria. Not just Lagos where we reside and we do business, but his entrepreneurship he's audacious, if I must say so myself, and I can't wait for us to dig into this conversation. I have Mr. Aliu. He's the owner of the TDA Group. He's an engineer by profession, and he says he delights in providing services. TDA Group cuts across a lot of sectors, from manufacturing to clothing to trading, with his footprint across Africa. Welcome to the pod, Dari.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so glad that we've been able to do this. You've done well for yourself. I know you would say you haven't started, but I mean, from looking for someone looking from the outside in, I think you've done pretty well for yourself. And my first question will be, how did all of this start? Is this something that's the entrepreneurship journey now? Because I know that you didn't start out being an entrepreneur.
No.
So how did that start for you?
Firstly, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
And coming from you saying I've done well, I appreciate that. Coming from you, outspoken. So yeah. Anyways, where did this all start from? If I say I know, I'll be lying. Of course, everyone growing up, you want to have money.
Mm-hmm.
Then eventually you define what success means to you.
Yeah.
Early enough, I realized from uni days that success for me was not how much money I had, but freedom. How free I can be. Like, this is 11 a.m. I'm sitting down here with you in my jalabia, in my house,
A very nice house, by the way.
Thank you very much. And I can be here till 6 p.m. That's because I am free. That's because I've created that space for myself to be free. So, like every other person, you come out of school, you go do NYSC, you get a job. I'm an engineer, so I went ahead and got jobs where we're building power plants here and there. But instead of focusing on engineering, what I was doing in those places was learning how to run a business and how not to run a business. You realize that how not to run a business is actually more important than how to run a business. True. Absolutely. Just like saying how to keep money is more important than making money.
Yeah.
If you make money, is sustaining
and multiplying it at the same time. Yeah.
So for me too, I had to go learn how to run a business and how not to run a business. So in the process of that, I had that urge. Like, look, first and foremost, I started having kids, I got married, and look, fam, my income is no longer catching up. And then this freedom, I think I want, or I crave, I might never have it if I continue in this.
Were you happy doing what you were doing?
Engineering, I loved it, man. Loved every bit of it. Everything I'm still doing now, there's still a little bit of engineering.
We'll come to that, yeah.
I loved it. I enjoyed the process. I was leading big teams. I liked the fact that I could call a meeting, we sit down, just like Navy SEALs, you call a meeting, we talk, we say what our plans are. And for me, it's go. And everybody we're putting things together. And before you know it, in 9 months, we have a power plant. That's,
wow, awesome.
Yeah. I could point to a few, but yeah. From there, at some point, I understand, because I read books. And thank you, giving me a book that I really cherish. I'm almost done.
Yeah.
I read Richest Man in Babylon first. That teaches you how to manage personal finances.
Yeah.
Then I read Shoe Dog. If you read Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, what that book does to you is basically outlines the life of Phil Knight that started Nike. Nike is an international company. It's probably more countries than the UN.
Mm-hmm.
on reading that book, I could see myself in there. The freedom that I craved, not necessarily the money. Yes, from $0 to signing $9 billion checks, but yes, the money might come and not come. God decides all that. But the freedom, I wanted it so much, because going to work every morning wearing tie just wasn't
cutting it for you anymore.
You know, I had to lie on many times why I couldn't get to work on time. Meanwhile, it was just my body just wasn't responding to money. But at night, I can be awake till 4 a.m. active. My brain is working, but in the morning, it's just not me. So I knew that my body clock was in the reverse. So reading this book, I knew that I needed to find a solution for another problem and make money off it. I love to dress up, and my friends every time used to ask me, who makes your kaftans? Who makes your kaftans? I introduced them to some tailor in Surulere, some guy. And I used to send people to him. But at some point, complaints started coming back to me, and that he couldn't cope anymore. He wasn't coping
with the orders,
or with the orders.
Okay.
Orders. It was started to delay the usual tailor issues. And I also remember that same year in December, he came to my house, almost prostrated. Thank you so much. I'm not the first millionaire in my family. You know, from all those people you sent to me, I have so much money. But guy, why are you not scaling up? You know, make a business out of this. And then I could hear from his answers that he doesn't have that capacity.
The capacity.
Mindset. Then I asked him, can I help you? He says he would, but also he didn't want to partner or do anything. But the complaints were
he wanted to run it by himself.
He didn't want any partnership. I said, okay, you know what? I'll set up a small shop in Lekki here where people can come in, bring all these your complaints, I'll help them. And January 2nd, 2018, I got 200,000 from 10 friends, because you see, there's also a rule, other people's money.
Yeah.
I'm scared to do that now with our size. Yes, because now if I want to get money, I need like $2 million from other people, but I'm scared. And fear is also not always a bad thing, because you don't want to fall. Then I got 2 million from 10 friends. I rented a store in New Konobi for 1.4 million or so. Bought machines. I just had one machine, one sewing machine, and one WAP machine. I was still in my 9 to 5. Yeah, so
Was it set up to do alterations?
It was set up to correct those mistakes first.
So alterations, pretty much. Okay.
Those mistakes, and just be a hobby and solve a problem.
A problem, yeah.
So put that together, and the first few guys I solved for, they're still my customers till today, thankfully. When I solved that problem, then they brought other materials. Ankara, please quickly do this for me. Then I realized that there was a word they kept using, quickly. So I said, okay, you know what? This should be my blue ocean strategy.
Yeah.
This should be what I should bring into this business. But then again, I didn't have the capacity. So there was demand, but there's no capacity. From one person to two people, because I'm a social person, so it was easier to bring in people.
Yeah.
By just word of mouth. I didn't have money to do adverts or anything. The money had finished.
So it was easy to convince people to come. Yeah.
Then, boom, February. By the time we started doing it, it was the orders were coming. I won't even deny it. The orders were just coming. So
this was 1 month in.
But I'm talking 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
God is everything, anyways.
Yeah.
You know, above all is God's grace, because other people can open and it will open.
Absolutely.
So God's grace, you know, some personal effort, and put it that way. But I had my 9 to 5, so meaning I had to resume 8 to 6. After 6, sometimes I can be in Shagamu coming by 5. So after 6 is when I come and resume there. But I got a young man, a tailor, who I was able to sell a dream to.
Right.
I said, look, let's do this thing together. You will keep earning money because I have a salary. So it was actually from my salary I was paying those people I borrowed money from.
Okay.
The idea was I'll pay you over the course of 1 year and add money to what you borrow from me. Those people didn't borrow me the money because of the 50,000 profit they were going to earn. They're just my guys.
Yeah.
I don't play with those guys. I take
shout
them
out
very,
to them,
very, very seriously. I paid them over 1 year from the salary, not from the money we're going to earn, because I didn't really think we're going to earn money. Don't forget, like I said, I started for alteration.
Alterations,
so
yeah.
I didn't think we were going to earn money. But in our first month, we already did $1 million.
Who was in charge of recruitment of tailors? Was it that young man?
So, we have no set procedures to recruit tailors.
Oh, okay.
I got that guy from somebody in Jakonde.
Right.
not educated, just knows how to sew, just knows how to cut. And it was there, and we're paying ourselves peanuts, man. It was nothing, you know. That guy now is the head tailor in Tanzania office. He's been there for 3 years.
Wow.
And I don't think he's coming back to Nigeria. He's so comfortable over there. Sold him the dream. I brought him in. And after the orders started getting too much for him, because he was doing 2 a day. So he was even slow.
Okay.
Now I have tailors that are banging out 5 a day.
Right.
You know, he was doing 2 a day. But the orders kept coming. So after that, I started buying materials. In fact, I couldn't afford to buy materials. So what I did was I got someone, took them to the market, and said, look, I'm introducing you to material sellers. You get the materials, use your own personal integrity to get materials. Yeah, I know the cost, but for you, I'll add 2K on every material. Just bring it to my office, stock it there. Mm-hmm. Whatever I sell at the end of the week, I'll give you the money, for the profit. I'll give it to you. And the person was making money too. So after a while, I told that guy, we need an tailor, otherwise you will faint. Yeah. So he called. You know all these guys, they know each other.
They know each other. So he got someone. Okay. So now you had 2 tailors.
2 tailors. My brother had these 2 tailors. I'm talking where we're sitting is one quarter of this place.
They were probably worn out in less than.
And they were sleeping there.
Wow.
It wasn't a good one. But
how were you able to tell yourself that the company ethos, the ethos for the TDA? How did you even come about TDA? Anyways, TDA is the Daria Aliu.
Yeah, Daria Aliu Group.
The Daria Aliu Group. The Daria Aliu Group, yes. So, I think that was really brilliant. But how were you able to...
It's laziness. So you can't think of anything.
So it's the Daria Aliu Group. Like, really.
The Adesola Balogun Group.
That's true.
TAB.
So I was asking myself that, how did you tell yourself that the only way I'm going to... what's the word now? To distinguish myself from other tailors is to deliver on time.
So you just keep
like I think that was actually like brilliant. To everybody listening, that is one of the reasons that in fact I took that actual quality and applied it in my business, and it's worked wonders. So anyway.
So a lot of tailors, not to sound arrogant or anything, so a lot of tailors right now have taken that thing from us, but you will never accept it. So you are accepting it.
No. I mean, I don't take it for granted.
So I pride ourselves in being the brand that give you your clothes in 24 hours.
24 hours.
Even though now we don't a week. So the number of orders we don't a week. So now we've started negotiating with customers. When do you really need it?
If you don't need 24 hours, don't put us under pressure.
Because now, bro, we are probably doing like 30 a day.
Wow.
So that 24 hours we used to do was because we had more capacity than demand.
Yeah.
And now, thanks to God, demand
is gradually outweighing.
No, it has actually outweighed a lot. So outweighed so much that TDA Retail can't even be a client of TDA Couture in the same building. So Abuja has to produce TDA Retail kaftans. That's how
you're able to meet up with.
Yeah. So,
so we're talking about how you were able to figure out that this particular just service offering,
the USP,
yes. So not your designs, not your fabric.
So when it comes to
that's
designs,
just that singular thing.
When it comes to designs, pick first 100 and fabric number 99. I don't do it. I'm very lazy, like I said. But the laziness I'm talking about, I'm joking because
he's not lazy. This man
one
is a hard
of the
worker.
things I would do is I will make sure you don't outwork me. You know, if I don't know how to design as much as you do, I will outwork you. If I don't know how to, I'll think you. I'll strategize you. One thing I do is I listen. So like I was giving you the story. I said one of the things that everyone was saying was, "Can you quickly make?"
And that word "quickly" was a constant.
Quickly. And if you know some business strategies, I've never been to an MBA, but there's some things at least I read and I pick up. Your blue ocean strategy is what people call unique selling point. I said, you know what? How about I be the quick guy without compromising quality? And then another thing. So I wanted to have a 3-prong approach.
Right.
So quick, good quality, but affordable. Because I couldn't compete with the big names. The big boys were there. You couldn't. They're literally like sharks around you. They're big boys. They'll swallow you in no time. But I had to have something that I had to have something that I was used to come in and have a name. So with me, I used to look at them like, you know what, these guys they are Versace, they are Louis Vuitton. You know what, how about I'm Zara? How about I'm the guy that every other person can go to if they don't have money for Louis Vuitton? Because if you go to a Louis Vuitton store, you might have to queue up. You might have to actually line up outside. And the average thing you buy in Louis Vuitton is $600 to $8,000, if not up to $5,000. But Zara, if I go into Zara with £50, I will walk out with
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were not worried that the caliber of people you were going to attract, your price point would attract, was not the type you were setting out to, because you talked about your guys.
Yes, my guys are big boys. But,
exactly.
But don't worry. Did I set out for my guys to be my main clients? No.
No. Okay. No. But you had them in mind when you set it up.
Thankfully.
Why'd you say that?
Initially, let me not sound somehow, but I don't let people choose me. I choose my friends.
You choose your friends, yeah.
And by choosing my friends, I mean, I don't like negative energy. I don't thrive in negativity. So if you're someone that you're always fighting, you can't be my friend. You just see that you and I are never in the same space. So if I notice that you have positive energy, trust me, one way or other, you and I will just be friends. That's why you and I are
yeah.
That's why I can have a Shehu Diali as my friend.
Yeah.
The positive energy, you can't be around Chef Rex and me mad. Those kind of guys.
Yeah, okay, I feel.
There's just so much positive. So most of my guys, so my wedding group is what, 8 years old plus now, almost 9.
And it's still maintained.
Because we laugh every day. We literally just laugh. We make jokes about everything, make jokes about each other, and everyone is growing. And those were the guys, I can say, we literally also built it on their backs, because they carry my business on their head as the way I carry my business on their head.
Yeah.
So the thing is, yes, I had them in mind. These guys were also up and coming. They were making money. Some of my friends actually go and sew in Abuja and pay 120,000 naira to sew just kaftan. I'm talking of just sewing, no material. While I was sewing for 10K. But I didn't mind. For every you, I have a particular guy in mind when I'm saying this. For every you.
You want to give him a shout out?
No. He's my boy. We are both useful to each other for other things. He will go and sew for 120K. But guess what? For every him, there are 6 people around him who want to sew for 10K that he will refer. So I don't need his market now. I need the people he knows, because he knows I will deliver. Yeah, but he wants to wear that particular brand name in Abuja that is sold for 120K because he has the money. God forbid there isn't money. If there isn't money, will come back to me now. And I believe in mass products. I believe in selling to a lot of people. People have advised me against it. I have some big men that have told me, no, cut off the bottom. You're already doing good. Step it up. And I'm thinking, oh my God, why do you think I want to do it your way?
And that's what informed my question as to, did you think that your price point will leave some people out, will not attract some certain people? Because I also know that we have an economy where luxury is a thing, where they feel if your price is too low, it means the product is probably not as... And I've seen your product actually very nice.
So thank you. I would actually chip in there. So you said, I'm going to pick your words. You said they feel when your price point is low.
Is low, yes.
Right? It's a feeling.
They see the product. When they see the product, yes.
On somebody else's back. But for me, I have a different approach to it. The more people that wear my product, the more marketing, the less marketing.
Less marketing you have to do, yes, true.
So, by the way, those people you're talking about, I don't like dealing with them. And I hope this podcast will not cast them. So I actually don't like dealing with big men in quotes.
Any particular reason why?
They owe more.
True.
So
I concur.
They are more stressful.
True, absolutely.
So I would not want to come and see you in your office and keep me in your reception for 2 hours. It happens to some tailors recently where they were kept in a big man's office for 11 hours. Some of your big names. The big man kept them in his office for 11 hours. Still told them, can I see you guys the next day?
Wow.
Mr. Balogun, I can assure you, with all sense of humility, that can never be me. So you know why?
Why?
Because of what I told you, what success meant to me.
Freedom. That's not freedom for you.
No, it's not. The time I would have used to sit down and wait for that big man, I would have served 10 Shehu Dialis and Mr. Baloguns. Guess what? The same amount of money.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'll get my money from you guys faster.
Absolutely.
The big man, there was one big man one time, go to my PA. They never saw me again. I don't care how big you are. It's not the money. It's the
Freedom.
I love what I'm doing. I love that I'm free. I walk into my office and my office is always open. I want the guys that are working with me, I don't like calling them staff, my colleagues, to be free to walk into my office anytime. I actually don't have resumption time for my tailors. Most tailors do. I don't have resumption time for my tailors. I don't have closing time for my tailors.
As long as your KPIs are met.
You are working for yourself actually in my office. I pay you per outfit.
Yeah.
So if you like, go. If you like, don't come to work for 2 weeks. It doesn't affect me because I already have departments. In each department, there are at least 7 to 10 of you.
Yeah.
So in your absence, I don't feel you. If I don't see you for too long, I replace you.
I replace you straight
So
up.
that freedom, I put that freedom into everything I do.
Wow.
So coming back to it, so this class that you think I'm going to alienate,
I mean, they'll be fine.
I saw for some very big men, and I'm very happy I do. I'm thankful, but I'm not bound. I don't crave for it.
Yeah. So let's go back to the metamorphosis of TD. At what point did you feel you had to resign? This double life, quote unquote, I'm living is not.
Yeah.
It's not working for me.
So normally you would want your side business to start paying you enough.
Paying you enough, yes.
Or paying you more than what your
main 9 to 5 was your main job. Yeah.
But to be honest with you, I don't know whether I'm saying this on this podcast, but by the second month, which was by March, was already paying me what my salary was paying me, and I was head of a department.
Of a department, yeah.
But it was already paying me what it was. But I loved what I was doing. I was on projects, and my chairman then, I love him so much. I was boy, be everywhere with him. So I also loved that part. To leave was going to be tough, but I just needed to leave at some point because my job was now becoming an opportunity cost. Because me being at work was affecting what was paying me more.
Yeah.
What I was enjoying more.
Right.
I was enjoying working at TDA so much. The love I was enjoying the smile on people's faces walking out of my place. It had bad days though. It had bad days, very, very bad days. But guess what? In solving those problems, me and my staff, especially Real One, I owe Real One so much because we've been there together since day one.
Shout out to
Real One and Wale. Wale is our accountant. Real One is my manager. He's now the production manager, so you see him less. He's in the factory now. In fact, the plan is to travel with Real One and my driver, Lekon, and Quadri, who heads Studio Retail. We're going to travel out this year.
Okay.
Just to get out of here and let them get a breather, because I feel like in 5 years, they haven't seen the sun. That's how I see it. We had some really bad days where we had orders and generators spoil, and we didn't have so much money. So obviously we had to, now generator spoil, now we quickly buy one. Then petrol gen said we don't feel quickly buy 180k gen. But I read that book I told you, Shoe Dog. If you read Shoe Dog, you will know that there's a point where you need to say goodbye. So October, before my birthday in October 2018, that same year I started the business.
Wow.
That same year, meaning mentally I had quit early.
You had checked out.
But that year October, I knew that stop playing. When you are doing your say 6 months salary in 1 month, you know that you're done. So I had to plead to go. That was tough. I wasn't really let go, but yeah, let's just keep that out of this podcast because I respect the company so much.
Yeah.
So I left. Firstly, I took my wife to London. Why I went on that on that UK trip was to have a sit down with her, because you see, marriage is, even in what you do, is important. If your wife doesn't pray for you, your wife doesn't support you, you might not really do well. So I had to take her to London to go and say, listen, I'm about to start another journey. It could go this way, it could go that way.
How many years had you been married before?
I was married 2015.
Okay, so that's 3 years.
23 years. So I'm saying, look, we started making some money now, but I'm about to now go fully. It could go left, it could go right.
Go right.
I want to mentally prepare you.
I need you to know what we are going into.
To know. My wife laughed and said, so my oldest brother, who is my egbon, who is like my father, because I lost my dad when I was 2, so he's always been in his charge.
Yeah.
When I told him, he wrote me a long epistle and said, if there's anybody I know around me that can actually run with his belief, with his dreams, because there's some other things that I've done growing up that he always believed that this guy, if he puts him out to anything, he will do it.
He will do it, yeah.
So, like me saying, you know what, I'll never school in this country, and I make sure I did it. You know, that kind of thing. They all odds were against me, but if I tell you that story, that's another podcast. Anyway, so my brother said, if there's anybody I know that can do it, it's you. So I showed my wife that message, and she laughed and said that I echo exactly what he said, that I know you can. Whatever it is, I will be here. That was enough. We had a good time in London. I came back fully. That November was the best ever. And that was the November I took off. A business I just started. Why did I have the guts to take off? I took off. I went to Tanzania. Or was it the next year? I don't remember now. I went to go and start in Tanzania.
Had you been in Tanzania before?
Yeah, it was that year.
Had you had a relation? Had you had?
So I had one of my friends that works in Tanzania. So I went on holiday and I just saw the opportunity.
Opportunities, yeah.
So I moved that first tailor, because by now I had like 10, 11 tailors.
Right.
So I moved all within 7 months. I moved that first tailor to Tanzania, because I knew that if you could start Lagos, you could start. Tanzania.
Why not another? I mean, I know you have Abuja now, but why didn't you consider another state, another location in Nigeria? Why did you immediately think another country? Not even West Africa, East Africa.
Dollars. Dollars. I wanted to spend dollars, and I wanted somewhere that someone could help me look after it.
Yeah. What would you attribute to the rapid growth of TDA Couture, especially?
So first, God. I think I'm a child of grace. I think I'm special. Nobody tell me that one. 2, my personal network. It matters. No matter how much I try to discount it, I know a lot of people.
Yeah.
I go out. I sow seeds into others. I see the other day that we met, that we're in that place. I didn't have to be there, but I was so tired. It was just a day after my lunch. The day after my lunch of TDA Retail, where I just attended to over 1,300 people. I was tired, but I still came. So I was tired. I was wearing shorts. I couldn't really talk much, but I had to show up because I show up for people. So there is no way you can point to other people and they don't want to point to you. So that is there. Also, the brand itself came on strong, offering a service that was valuable, which is convenience. Giving people clothes conveniently, very quickly, affordably. Why wouldn't you want that?
It was a pretty new concept, especially with what you. I mean, for those listening outside Nigeria, Africa, tailors in Nigeria, a special breed. Yes. They would take your order and disappear. They'll take your order and sit on it.
It happened to even me. Close to my wedding, I gave a guy my wedding order. I remember, funny enough, it was Bizboard that did my ashoke, but the normal material one, I gave the guy and it disappeared. It said something happened in Kano and there to go, and that was it. So we coming into the business, you and I are also coming into the business to change the narrative. To change narrative,
yes, yes. And shout out to you for being a trailblazer. So my next question would be, so how were you able to pivot into, I mean, you started the TDA Couture and it was running seamlessly. So how were you able to pivot into, first of all, you which one started first? The manufacturing arm, the trading? TDA Couture is the first baby of the TDA group.
No, TDA Engineering is.
Okay, so were you doing TDA Engineering at the same time you were the team lead in that company?
Yes, yeah, because they are very different businesses.
Right.
TDA Engineering is HVAC, so ACs.
Oh, so,
okay. Try to import, install, maintain service. I've been doing that since 2012, actually.
Okay. So that was running.
I started that business because I couldn't afford to pay a technician to repair my ACs. The compressors were expensive. So I called the guy one day. I'm like, guy, how about we partner? If you're earning this much money, 45K to repair compressor, come now, guy. Let's partner together. I'll get you more ACs to repair so that I'll stop paying for my own. And that was it. The name of the company was called Moskvich. So Moskvich is a Russian word that means someone from Moscow.
Okay.
So I was used to cold. So I'm coming here and it was so hot. So I needed AC. So I got AC. I couldn't even afford the AC, but I got AC. Finally,
You lived in Russia?
Yeah, I studied in Russia for 7 years.
Oh, nice. Can you speak Russian?
Da, я говорю по-русски.
Nice. Okay.
I actually studied my engineering in Russia.
Oh wow, yeah, they're actually one of the best, yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, they're yeah. So that's okay. So there was that part. There was TDA couture. Now you diversified into retail, fabric, laundry.
So I didn't diversify.
You sort of okay. Let me. I kind of know what you did.
Yes.
What you did was you immerse yourself in the entire product supply value chain. That's the word. Why did you, for somebody who, I mean, using your words, lazy? Why did you tell yourself that I want to immerse myself in this entire thing, such that when you need something, you don't need to look outside. I'll give you everything you need.
I'll give you everything. You've answered. It's like you're actually a very smart person. You just like to form humble. I basically just don't want you to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
So everything so the couture started, and I realized that look, the money is actually in the materials.
Mm-hmm.
So I travel a lot because I enjoy traveling. Traveling is part of the freedom thing.
Part of the freedom,
I'm talking about. What do you call it? I started to travel to go and bring materials from Dubai.
Right.
Then I realized that look, this could actually be a separate business, which I still haven't hacked. The way I want to set up TDA Fabrics, I'm coming to that one day, but it's going to require a lot of money. That business is probably going to require $500,000 to set up the way I want to set it.
Okay.
Set it up in a way that even you will be comfortable to buy from me rather than go to Balogun. Yes.
So of course that would mean wholesale.
I want to bring Turkey to you. I want to bring Dubai to you. I want to bring China to you without you, and even at the cost that you will get it in Dubai.
At the cost or cheaper?
So because it's FX dependent.
Right. Okay. You can't. Yeah.
I want to be careful because whatever I say now, you can hold me to it.
You say, but you're in this episode of Kinikon. You said, yeah.
So
the value chain.
Yes. So I saw that, you know what, I can start selling material. I actually started an office for TDA Fabrics. They actually had their own office, but it was small. So I thought, you know what, how about I collapse it into a bigger dream, which is TDA retail. That just came up earlier this year. But then again, I saw that, you know what, I needed to start TDA laundry because people, when you finish washing your clothes, they want you to wash it first. Mm-hmm. But I always had to be dependent on third party. And third party don't have the same character and the work ethics I have. So you can sew it very well, but if they mess it up in the laundry or if they don't deliver on time, you have not delivered.
Right.
So you know what, how about I bring it in? So that's how we started TDA laundry. TDA Suits is a partnership because the orders were getting too much for suits and I was always rejecting it. So that's like leaving money on the table.
On the table, yeah.
Then Pink Perfection was just something for my wife. You know, you can also talk about some marriage. If you're flying high and your significant partner is not flying with you, you're still gonna have issues.
You're still gonna have trouble
because you always have to
look back.
So I always used to tell my wife, you know, Mom, we don't have money, we need to hustle. My wife is a 9 to 5. I'm like, you need to hustle, my dear. And what I told her was, look, I know you're not really a business person, but what you do is look at your wedding day. Everything you work from head to toe, pick one item, let's sell. And she looked, is it bridal dress? No. Is it lingerie? No. Is it okay? The jewelry, okay, bam. She ordered some very safe amount, say $100 worth of jewelry. That was the photographer I used to snap, and that was it. We started. And now her business is probably bigger than 3 of my businesses combined. You know, so and that's how it's metamorphosized. So it's gone from manufacturing to selling to trading to now. How TD Retail started is because my Blue Ocean strategy was speed. Now I can make an outfit for you in 2 hours. Yeah. Now I keep thinking, how can I make an outfit in
1 hour or 30 seconds
how
or
can
30
I make
minutes?
it quicker? So part of why I want to go to China is also to see, are there machines that actually make outfits? You know, or let's even start talking about it. This is something that we can sell all over the world. Can't there be machines that can actually sew these things as long as you put in the parameters? Yeah. You know, but while doing that, what I realized is that can I actually give people clothes in less than 30 minutes? the only way to do that is to already
It's already prefabricated already.
And that's how TDA retail started. So the ethos of the watchword for TDA retail is come in, get dressed under 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Actually, it's now 20 minutes. The kaftans are there. All I have to do is hem the bottom for you. And that I can do in 5 minutes. But while you choose your cap, your wristwatch, your socks, your boxers,
we'll
your
have
perfume,
it sorted.
so let's just say 20, 30 minutes.
Would you call yourself a disruptor?
Even the word itself has been disrupted. The word has been overused. Same way people use
luxury
anyhow.
No, but I mean, in true sense of the word, because what I mean, as you speaking, what I hear is someone who constantly challenging the norm.
Yes.
And of course, with challenging the norm, you get a lot of pushbacks.
Yes.
How do you handle, like, see how you said that you told yourself that you were going to school abroad and you did. What sort of mindset? A friend of mine will call it a militant mindset. But what works for you? Like, what do you tell yourself when you set out on the journey? And I'm going to challenge this. And no matter the amount of pushback I get, let me ask a question. Is there any amount of pushback that will tell you that okay, I think I should leave this thing, or you keep pushing until you break through?
My brother. Maybe because of the way I grew up.
Yeah.
Too rough. It was. I can. If I say too poor, I think I'll be unfair to my mom because she tried too hard. Shout out to her.
Shout out to
we just didn't have it. So growing up, and I went to King's College. So if you attend King's College, where
Laureate.
Hey, sorry for that. If I attend King's College when your seat partner is Vice President's son, Tunde Dia, God rest Baba soul, and you never even chop. You don't get provisions. You want to aspire.
You want to
right?
aspire, yeah.
You're actually sitting down on visiting day. People are sitting down to wait with their parents are coming. Me, I'm sitting down to look at the cars that are entering. Oh, more, that's a Benz. More, see that. Oh, more, see that. So there's something that is pushing like, oh, more.
I need to.
I don't want my kids
to grow up, yeah.
the way I grew up.
I did.
In fact, now it scares me because my kids are not grown up the way I grew up. And I'm looking, I'm like, hey, shut your butt up. You know, like that. So, it's a can-do attitude, man. It's like Sujimoto, my guy, will say, I shan't agree.
Just keep at it.
Man, bro, I don't care what you tell me. If I say I want to do something, bro, if I get $1 million today, this fashion space, you call me a disruptor. Don't worry. That's when you call me a disruptor. The things I would do, that's when I'll come on this mic and say, you know what, I'm a disruptor. There are so many things that we can do that will shake up the space. We can actually compete internationally, but we don't have access to credit. Let me go back to what you asked me.
Very true.
Yes, I just have the attitude of one more. We must. Except it's totally out of my reach. When I wanted to go to university, I had scholarship to university in America now. But I just didn't get a visa. I wasted 2 years chasing that thing. I didn't get a visa before I ended up in Russia. Is there anything I could do? I did what I could do, but it was out of my reach, right? America, I couldn't go because I didn't get a visa. But now, am I tired of going to America? Yes. I go to America all the time. So I just won't take no for an answer, brother.
Have you had businesses that failed?
I'm sure I have. TDA suit is not living up to what I want it to be. Maybe because of situations surrounding the partnership. So I won't call it fail because it's still working. As today we're still doing 10 suits for somebody. But to me, it's failure because it's not where I personally
would have wanted to be.
TDA fabrics, I've not been able to get it off the ground because I don't have the money. So is it failure? I don't know. TDA engineering is also not where I want it to be because of money. So a lot of the things that for me, is it failure? Is money? There must be somewhere. It's just not in my head. Maybe also because, like I said, I only thrive in positive energy.
Positive energy,
so
yeah.
Do I remember the failures? I don't know. Okay, yes. When I was in high school, when I was in uni, myself and Nosa Igbenidion, I remember we used to import chargers from China.
Okay.
So I was in Russia. He was in in China, we used to import chargers into Nigeria and sell them, power banks, and sell them here. I believe that failed because at some point they had to stop. We're not really making money. So yeah, if you say that, but these other ones that have to do with TDA, trust me, my brother, it's lack of funds. That's why I said if I have $1 million today, TDA fabrics will be a giant. TDA suits, I will restructure it. Like I know what to do. The templates are there. It is the money to get it done. I don't know how to look for money. I'm putting it as a challenge out there. If you know your son that knows how to raise money, please come. Let's make money. There's so much money on the ground.
There's so much money
on the ground. The space is so big.
Yeah.
The reason why, let me actually tell you the business that I've loved to do. Monogramming.
Okay.
Printing. It's also a fashion.
It is actually, yeah.
I personally don't see any reason why anybody's clothes should go out without their initials.
Their initials, yeah.
I can't do that right now. That's a different, it's actually a different line of business. I want to be able to produce shirts. I want to be able to produce uniforms. But my brother, that's a different, it's money. Just don't wake up and say, you can't be giving tailors to be sewing uniform 1-1. You can.
It has to be bulk.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a business I love to do, but hey, money. Anyways.
So how do you that thing where they say jack of all trades, master of none, how do you, because you are really actually putting your hands in a lot of pies, so how are you able to successfully make each business venture that you get yourself involved in thrive, at least is making money? How do you do that?
So this jack of all trades thing, master of none, that's not actually the full quote.
Okay.
And that's what I was opening for you. So this jack of all was in William Shakespeare. The full phrase actually, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one.
So we actually just stick to the first paragraph and not the second one.
Yes, it was actually a compliment. Yes. So, do I want to just be a master of one?
Rather not.
No.
What would you say about people who say concentrate your energy on one particular thing and it will be more successful than if you concentrate your energy on different things?
So yeah, I'm concentrating all my energy on TDA now, Abi. But TDA now has babies, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Will you ignore your babies? No. So I hear them.
Yeah.
I said, I was on a panel recently, and I was asked this question, and my answer was simply, don't be doing real estate and your second business is selling rice. Do things that are complementary. Yes.
Complementary. Right.
You don't just pivot like into a shooting star. Like do things that are complementary. Do things along the line of your trade. So if you are doing real estate, you can start by doing agency. Or even selling cement or selling building material, selling rugs, doing interior decoration, design. So if someone now comes and say, no, I just want to be the master of this real estate where I'm just selling buildings. But someone is also selling building. But while selling buildings, he's selling the roads that are used to build the building. So would you say is a master of one? Is not? No. Because also, my brother, the economy is going to, from the way I look at it, it's going to get worse for a while. You have to hedge yourself. Thank you. You have to have your hand in pots. It's going to get rougher. So if you hear me outside now, I complain about the economy. I'm not complaining for myself. I would always be okay. I can survive on anything. It's the people around me. I increased my staff salary yesterday, and you could see it on their face like they were not expecting it. Because some other companies are slashing salaries. I'm thinking, Omo, is this bad? And this is why I had to do it because of how bad the economy is.
It's crazy out there.
Yeah, it is actually not a good time right now.
It is. And that's going to be my follow-up question. That how do you keep your people motivated? I see that you are very people oriented. Yes, like you genuinely have a love for people, and that's one trait of yours that I absolutely. So I'd actually package some very nice wooden Ankaras I was going to send to you as thank you
for the books. Now laziness never make me dispatch am.
No. I mean,
No. That book you sent to me was a gesture. People don't give gifts anymore.
see, this is an aside. I told myself in 2000 and that's last year, 2022, that I was going to deliberately honor people. So if I come to you, or if I not even necessarily if I feel I can get something from you, but I want to always position myself as a person of value. If I position myself as a person of value, you would always need you always think about you would think about when I think about Dario, when I think about it's not or if I see Dario's phone call now, I'm like I would want to pick it because I'm like, oh, Dario is not calling me to, even if he wants to collect something from
it's not debit.
It's not debit.
That's how, so my phone has been on do not disturb for almost a year. Why? Because
yeah, you said so, man.
For me
phone calls give me anxiety.
Health. Yes, and for me it was just my mental health. So my office has 10, like about 7 official lines. So if it's really business, you would call. So to call me, once the call is coming in for me, is debit or credit.
Yeah,
it's not cash, it's value. Are you about to debit value from
debit value or
if you're about to debit value from me, I don't have an issue with that. It's a give and take word, but I'll do it at my time. So I'll call you back. But if you call me now, maybe I'm dealing with some other issues where I will get value that I would further deposit in you. Let me finish getting that value.
You're afraid of missed opportunities? Or do you belong to the what's mine is mine? If I can't, if it's mine, it will wait for me.
What am I chasing? I'm chasing freedom.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
So what missed opportunities? As I am, I'm scared though. I'm scared of am I meeting up with, am I where I should be? Even though I know I'm in a good place, but am I where I should be? I'm scared of those kind of things. Missed opportunities how? I could have been an ED in a multinational, but will an ED be freer than I am? No.
I'm going to call this podcast Freedom. That's the title of this podcast,
so
Freedom.
Will an ED be freer than I am? No. Can an ED wear short knicker on a Monday?
Never.
No. So no matter how much money, I have friends that have such big houses that are living flamboyantly. But my brother, I see the way they walk, and I'm thinking, do I really want this money?
I don't want that.
I don't want it.
The trade-off.
It's like my friends that I see that are going into government, into politics. I could have easily been a politician, my brother. If I wanted to have been brown-nosing and gone Kogi State, I would have been somebody, but I don't want. Because then again, I will never be free in my life. People will come to me and demand, because now I'm now in the public eye. I'm not a politically exposed person. Do I want that? No, my brother, I can tell you, can pick my bags, if not for family, and be out of this country for 1 month. Yes, that is what success is to me. So, which missed opportunity? Maybe missed flights. Which opportunities am I missing? I'm actually very content. I always wanted to be the richest man. Do I want to be the richest man anymore? No. That's all. I don't even want to be richer than you. I don't even want to be richer than you. I just want to be freer than you.
Yeah.
I want to be free. Freedom needs money. Let's not lie.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
And that's why I'm working. That's why I wake up every morning to go and work. I work. I'm not lazy. I'm not as lazy as I make it seem. I work, but do I want to have more money than you? No. Most of the friends around me have more money than me. But I'm happy. I'm happy they are richer than me. That means for every bottle I buy, they buy 4. I'm happy for you. But are you freer than me? If you're not freer than me, you're not freer than me. You cannot say you are, So yeah, that's
Thank you so much, Dario, for this mind-blowing episode. There are things that I'm gonna I already made points down to do as part of service offering for my business, and I absolutely appreciate. Thank you so much for shedding light on your business operations. Thank you for being honest with the journey. I feel like I always tell people that the success of people are in their journeys.
Yes.
You asked me a question earlier that why do I do this? I do this for people who they see TDA, the growth of TDA, and they want people to know that I didn't just get here overnight. Not too many people are honest with their journeys.
So, my brother, before you go on, let me do something. So, people need to also understand that whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to have to make sacrifices. For you to be outspoken, you've made some sacrifices that you are not even willing to talk about. For me, I've had to sacrifice some things that are hurtful for me. Give you an example, family time. When I was in building TDA, I hardly had time for my family. Like my wife, first 2 years, she'll be sleeping 2 a.m. I'm not here. I'm not in the club. I'm sewing. Because then remember we had only two tailors.
And the others
sewing, the demand was more. I'm sewing. I'm not sewing. I mean, like I'm supervising.
You're supervising,
someone's outfit that had to be delivered because the person is traveling at 6 a.m. flight. I've delivered outfit at 4 a.m.
And you had a brand commitment to keep up.
Bro, there is one thing I don't do. If I tell my word is my bond.
Yeah.
If I say it, I'll do it. So for me, I've had to make sacrifices that when I look back, I wish I didn't have to make that much sacrifice. I didn't spend as much time in the house as I should. I don't know how to watch TV as it is now. All these TVs in this house, to me, they're decoration. I don't watch it for my kids. All my TVs everywhere is CCTV. In my room is CCTV. I'm watching the whole house. In my office is CCTV. I'm watching. What am I watching really? When there's so much work. There's so much. My brother, we have so much.
So much to do.
In 10 years, you don't want to imagine where it will be by God's grace. You don't want to. Outspoken, you don't want to know where it will be. I want you to go and read on the story of Mike Amiri. Yeah? I knew of this guy about 5, 6, 7. I knew about him almost a decade ago when I used to go to America. Well, I almost knew him on a personal level. Now, you can't reach Mike anymore because his brand has blown. That's where I see us. That's where I see Outspoken. Now he's opening outlets in Shanghai, opening outlets in Dubai, opening outlets everywhere in the US, in Miami. But that's what happens when it's your time. Imagine where we'll be in 10 years by God's grace. I keep saying by God's grace because only God
that.
So sacrifices have to be made. So let people not hear the story and pick on.
I think it's all
my brother, I
catching
don't
flights
sleep.
and just
I don't
chilling.
Sleep. Adesola, I don't sleep. I've had to sacrifice family time. I don't sleep. I've had to deny myself of things.
Do you think if TDA will still be as successful if it didn't do those sacrifices?
No. Except maybe God just wrote it in our name, and even if I was sleeping, but I don't know. I don't know anybody that is doing well that
doesn't put in the work. Yeah.
So my chairman used to say something. My chairman, God bless him always, Dr. Obao. He used to say some things when maybe sometimes we are flying. And they say, watch, in every family, is the person that sleeps the most that is the poorest. There's some things that Baba used to say that is years after I'm thinking, I'm like, Baba Sabi.
Tonio.
Think about it. It's the person that sleeps the most that is the poorest. What are you? Sleep for what? As a man. What are you sleeping for? Sleep, get your 6 hours sleep every day. Nobody says you should sleep, but why are you having a siesta? I sleep now, to be honest. Before you came, I was sleeping 1 hour.
I know that there's the health part of that, but which is what I also tell people. Sleep is for the weak. Actually, I mean, I jokingly tell people that sleep is for the weak, but there's, like you said, there's so much work to do. There's so much ground to cover. One last thing before I let you go, Dari. Fear. Let's talk about the concept of fear.
Yeah.
How do you in being able to conquer territories, get to come up with strategies?
Yes.
How do you handle that feeling of fear when you ask yourself, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? How does that? So I'll give you. I mean, I'm going to be vulnerable with you here and give you a personal example. 4 years ago, I opened a branch, and a branch apart from the one we have, and it failed. I mean, I partnered with someone and it failed, And I feel the need to do it again, like branch out again, but I'm scared. And so I'm asking myself that, okay, what if this doesn't work? It's going to be... So do you get those...
It's going to be what? I want to finish.
It's going to be...
A blow. To who? To you or to how others will look at you?
I mean, I feel a bit of both.
No. You have no business with anybody thinks. Do you know how many people have badmouthed me? How many people have said nonsense about me? But guess what? If they see me outside, we hail each other. Because then again, you know I'm not... There's value to be exchanged. Do you want to... Anyways. My brother, anything you do, man, let it be for you, man.
Yeah.
Let it be for you. So you feel before, like the gentleman that discovered electricity, a bulb. He had tried it. He tried over 900 times before he got it once. So what did he say? He said he learned 900 ways how not to
make it work. Yeah.
The next one you're going to do, you are going to learn from it. You are going to do it better because you learned from the last one. So fear. So I am also. I'm not a risk taker. I seem like it. Yes.
You are.
No. So let me tell you, and this is not meant for this podcast, but I'll tell you. Hopefully you cut it out. Let me tell you what I do instead. While you were making money and putting back in the business, I was making money and using money to safeguard the things, using money to block fear holes. Let me explain to you.
Please do.
What are the things that make you as a man fear? If you fear if you fail, you might not be able to pay
your school fees, rent,
right?
Obligations, yeah.
So the first things I did is, one, buy this house. To make sure I have money stored away in my children's account, trust fund, for their school fees till they finish maybe BSc, right? Set up my wife, right? Set up the basics for TDA, which is make sure that production never stops.
Never stops, yeah.
Okay, so bro, if I've taken care of this,
you don't get how the failure won't feel rich.
Okay. So if all the money I was making, I was putting it back into that one basket. I'm scared. I'm waking up every day scared. But because I've sorted on other things, when I go in there, I'm actually making clearer decisions. Trust me, making decisions from a place of peace is actually better. It's easier. It makes it seem like I see you're a risk taker. You are not. The reason why people that have a lot of money seem like they're risk taker, like Otedola can just wake up tomorrow and go and buy all First Bank shares, is because he has money. It's because he has sorted his family, his children have finished school. It's because he has some money somewhere that you know that even if he fails, he can eat tomorrow. Nobody people say, hey, I put my all inside. My brother, no, put your all inside. Say, all you have in your account is 100,000 and you put
out the 100,000.
My brother, let me not deceive you. The way Nigeria is set up, don't put your 100,000 inside. Leave motivational speakers to be motivating themselves. Put 60K inside. Leave 40K in your wife's account. Let your children be able to go to school, because your children are not in school. You cannot sow. If you cannot pay your rent, you cannot be useful to your staff. So the reason why I can stay and say, okay, I'm increasing my staff salary is because what am I using money for again? It's to keep growing the business.
Keep growing, yeah.
Part of growing the business is making sure I have staff.
That the staff are happy.
Brother, I hardly do stuff. Hardly.
Happy and motivated. Yeah.
I'm thinking of my staff more than myself.
Happy and motivated.
Because then again, what does a human being really need? How many cars can you drive, my brother?
Bro.
How many houses can you live in? See, my house is small. But I'm comfortable. If I want to go and live in Ikoyi, I can live in Ikoyi. But do I want to carry money that I can use to grow the business? No. What was basic is that you have a roof over your head, right? That's it. Your children can go to school. That's it. Your wife can eat. That's it. Tell me what more. Tell me. That's why I wonder why people steal. Why people indulge in corruption. How much can you need?
Do you need? Yeah.
You need a room to sleep. You need your children to go to school.
How many cars can you drive?
About 2 cars, 3 cars. And for your business to be running, so that the cash flow. that's another topic entirely. I think you should also have in your business series, beyond people's stories, have conversations around cash flow and revenue, because people need to understand that cash flow is more important than revenue.
No, I have finance people that have come on board. Yeah.
Cash flow in business is more important than revenue. People think, oh, I made 20 million this year or this month, or is what's important. No, it is the guy that is making 100K consistently every week that is going to win, because it's that 100K you can plan with. You can plan. You can turn over one day that will become the 20 million. 20 million can come today and might not come tomorrow. And that's my issue with luxury. Luxury pays some people, my brother, I must tell you. Some people charge 130K for kaftan in Abuja and they are doing well. And I applaud them. I stand. But during COVID, do you know I was sewing clothes?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. During COVID, I was sewing. There are people that still wanted clothes because they knew that it's 15K of charge. So, yeah. I hope
parting shot for. I mean, I love when my guests give parting shots to entrepreneurs that just haven't seemed to haven't been able to hack the level of success that you recorded with all your business ventures. That entrepreneur who is running a side hustle and wants to venture out on their own. What word do you have for him or her?
So firstly, I don't think I'm worthy of the person that's giving another person such advice. So let's put it out there. But yeah, with the little we've done, to be very honest, like I said, operating from a place of fear is worse. You would actually tank. Before I left my 9 to 5, I had saved some money that I was going to use to make sure that my family can eat. So don't let me deceive anybody and say just up and go. No, I had saved some money that I can say my family can eat, my kids can go to school, at least for 5-6 years. There's no way 5-6 years I will not be able to know whether this thing is going to work or not. So those things, please put in place. No matter how long it takes, put in place before you go and drop your 9 to 5. Don't say one Mr. Adesola and Dre advised you. That's not, But then again, man, outwork everybody else. I have some people in this our industry, my brother, the way they work. In fact, now that's why I say I'm lazy. I see the way they work. So I wake up every morning saying, "Oh, more." Hope you are not sleeping, because comfort is also an enemy of success.
True.
So for me, is outwork everybody else, because you cannot be better than everybody else in everything. But that work, you have to work hard. My chairman used to resume work every day. By 11, 12, just his convoy. Oh, don't enter office. At that age, he's there till 10. He's richer than all of us, boys. Outworking all of us. People will be carrying their bag at 5. Papa is in the office. So, outwork everybody else, man. Make sacrifices in the beginning. Take care of your family, man. Because if your family is happy, they will give you time off to go and face the business. If you have to be spending every time to worry about your children out of school, rent, you can't concentrate in the office. You can't. And don't follow any other person's strategy. Find what works for you. Have a unique selling point. Let people know you for something. If I say Mr. Adesola and Mr. Adesola Alasho, I'm saying Mr. Adesola the clothes seller. The clothes seller, yeah. Sheon Alashoke. That's Sheon of Alashoke. If I mention one lady's name, I say that sells food. Be known for something. Until you are known for something, I don't think, like I said, I don't think I'm in a position to give people advice.
Anyways,
but you get the point.
But you have. Thank you so much, Dari. We can go on and on and on. I want to use the opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for being accessible. Thank you for being humble. With everything you have achieved, you still know that there are grounds to cover, and you're not. You're willing to show your answer sheet to as many people that want to learn. So a big thank you. How can we find TDA? Where can we find TDA?
Appreciate that. So it's TDA Couture. That's Tango Delta Alpha Couture. Everywhere. So there's TDA Couture on Instagram. that's usually the best way. From TDA Couture, you now see TDA Couture Retail, TDA Couture Abuja, TDA Couture Tanzania, TDA Laundry, TDA Fabrics, TDA Suits, TDA Group.Africa. But TDA Couture is the page, I'll say.
It's the page
if you land on,
you'll be able to get.
You'll be able to
access
the other page.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. For questions concerning this episode, send us an email. We would love to hear from you. Fan mail at coffeeandbeanspod.com. That's COFFEEANDBEANSPOD.com. Find us on Instagram. We're at coffeeandbeans.pod. Find us on Twitter. We are coffeebeanspod. Till the next time I hear from you and you hear from me, drink coffee and stay inspired. Thank you.
May you succeed, Adesola.
Amen.
Yeah, good man. Thank you.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. All right. Bye. Bye, everyone.